What is up, everybody? Welcome to Why Invest Wednesday. Today, we're going to talk about 5 things to know, things that I've come across in my 37 years living here that you need to know before moving to Denver, Colorado. Hey, everybody, Jeremy Kane. Thanks for tuning in. eXp Realty here. Just drop in Why Invest Wednesday. Want to discuss with you today 5 things to know before moving to Denver, Colorado, as this is such a great place to live. I've lived here my entire life, save 4 years where I moved an hour north. But other than that, I've been here. So let's dive right in. Okay, first and foremost is the altitude. Sure, it provides the pretty views. You have all the mountains and the ski resorts, and there's a lot of good things that come along with altitude. The bad thing is that it takes a little bit to acclimate. So if you're coming from sea level, I suggest not heading straight up the mountain to enjoy a weekend of skiing. Definitely let yourself acclimate. Drink lots of water the day before you get here, as well as when you are here. Definitely something to consider. Altitude sickness is real. If you have a huge altitude change, maybe do a little less exertion than you normally would, you will feel it. Dizziness, headaches, things like that. So drink lots of water and be ready to feel good while you're enjoying those great views. A few things about the altitude. There are some landmarks around town that remind you we are exactly a mile above sea level in certain spots in the city. There's a purple row around the top of Coors Field, a couple rows from the top actually, that depicts exactly 1 mile above sea level. So if you take in a Rockies game, check that out. As well, there's an entire loop that you can go around at City Park that is exactly a mile above sea level. So pretty cool stuff there. There's also a plaque on the Denver Capitol that shows that you are a mile above sea level. And as you may or may not know, throughout the stadiums and visiting locker rooms and things like that, we definitely remind all of the incoming opponents that altitude sickness is real and they are a mile above sea level. So just kind of a cool thing that Denver stole. Actually, I believe Albuquerque, New Mexico is also a mile above sea level, but Denver is known as the Mile High City. So check that out. Check out those landmarks and definitely take care of yourself when first coming to Denver or anywhere in Colorado, as altitude sickness sucks. All right, next, let's move into the weather. Everybody talks about the weather. When you're watching people talking about Colorado and stuff, they always note that it's really cold here. The truth is that it does get cold here, but today, middle of January, it was 60 degrees exactly on the dot. So a little bit chilly. When the sun goes down, it definitely cools down each and every single night, which is nice both in the winter, but especially in the summer after those hot days. But the honest truth is we have 300 days of sunshine per year, and that is amazing. A ton of blue skies. The nice part about here, especially compared to some of the Midwest cities that I visited or am aware of, is the snow comes down. We definitely get a decent amount of snowfall each year. Not as much as people would think, but when it does snow, typically it's here for 1 or 2 or 3 days just on the north-facing lawns because it melts pretty quickly. We don't have that black snow that you may know from the Rust Belt and those Midwest cities that stay cold. It snows and it feels like that snow sticks around forever. Typically warms back up pretty quickly, snow melts, and then it comes again. So that's one thing to definitely take into consideration. When moving here or visiting here, definitely understand that you can see multiple seasons per day. I believe we've even had some 4-season days. I don't know how they differentiate between spring and fall, but we'll leave that up to them. But definitely if it's sunny in the morning, whether it's winter or summer, it could cool down quickly. We do get a ton of afternoon thunderstorms. So definitely always have that hoodie or cover up or something to go along with your summer clothes as well. You may have to shed some clothes, some parkas and things like that in the winter, as it may be cold in the morning and heat back up. I remember all those days when I was young where we would have a snow day, because it snowed a lot the day before, the night before. The next day was great. We could be out playing basketball even if we wanted to shovel our drives the next day. And we didn't have to go to school. So that was super cool. Next, we'll talk a little bit about the cost of living. As you may or may not know, Denver's always in one of those top cities to move to. The entire state as a whole has a ton of vacation counties, a lot of counties that are great for retirement. Denver is a retirement destination, so that is something that you need to consider. With that and all that demand and things like that, the prices of homes have vastly increased. At the close of December 2021, the median home sales price is $599,900. So that's almost $600,000. We've been above that a few months in 2021, but we've come in just below $600,000 to close the year 2021. So that does affect everything as a whole. The average rent for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath is now above $1,800 a month. So something to consider when moving here. Definitely make sure that those finances are in order and understand that you might have to pay a little bit. However, we did see an appreciation above 20% of the median home price at points in 2021 year over year. We finished with an average median home gain of 17% appreciation. So that's something that you can consider is, it may cost a lot to buy, but we're also getting huge appreciation amounts, so allowing you to build your wealth once you do get here. So that's something to definitely look into, as the cost of living is obviously the housing market kind of starts the train and affects it all the way down the line and go from there. So there are a ton of startups and businesses moving here, so that helps our wages a bit, but absolutely the cost of living is on the higher end. You've got to pay for all those wonderful mountain sunsets, I guess. So something to consider when choosing to move here or visit here. Next, Denver is an extremely fit city. You may notice no matter what, rain or shine, there's a ton of people out working out, running, jogging, hiking, biking, running up hills. Red Rocks, actually, the iconic concert venue, which we'll talk about in a second, is also used almost daily as an exercise venue in the morning. So there's all kinds of people. It's kind of crazy. They have yoga on the rocks, events, actual planned events for fitness on the rocks, but also if you're just feeling good one day and you want to just go run up a bunch of stairs at 1 mile above sea level, actually pretty higher elevation than that, you can definitely head to Red Rocks and use that as a natural workout venue. Tons of stairs, tons of trails to run on, people doing push-ups and crazy stuff. A lot of CrossFit stuff goes on up there. So there's the normal bleacher stairs, which is quite the leap or bound up, I would say. But then you also have the walls and things you can climb up. It's crazy the amount of stuff that you can do at Red Rocks to stay fit. And then oddly enough, we incorporate our love for beer with exercise. There's a ton of running clubs and fit clubs and yoga things and yoga nights at breweries, believe it or not. So you get your workout in, get a free beer, whatever. It's a great marriage, I guess, of fitness and enjoyment. So definitely some cool things like that. All kinds of adult kickball leagues and everything you can imagine, softball, the traditional volleyball, things like that. But definitely some cool things to do and utilize that outdoor space. Get some exercise in, as well enjoy some cold frosty beverages with some friends. So that's great. I would recommend, if you're new, definitely get the workout in before you consume, especially to help with that altitude sickness. So, and then finally, we're going to talk about the entertainment venues. Red Rocks, obviously, we've talked about the iconic concert venue. Definitely catch whatever genre of music you can take in there. It's a great place. Obviously, be ready to hike up some stairs. I will tell you a secret, the north lot, you can actually walk downhill instead of the lower lots where you have to walk uphill and then walk up a bunch of stairs. So check out that north lot. You might have to arrive a little early, but definitely for your first time, I would suggest doing that so you don't have to take a nap before the concert starts. As well, we have some indoor iconic music venues, the Gothic, the Fillmore, venues like that are more theater style concert venues for the winter months, smaller population there. Definitely a great place to take in a concert during the winter months. As well as we have a great theater and arts district downtown. If you're into plays, you got the Buell and things like that. Wonderful convention centers all over the place. So great place to take in concerts and arts and do those things, as well as obviously the 5 professional sports teams and 4 venues that are pretty much state of the art. Coors Field is one of the best venues to watch a baseball game. Unfortunately, the team that plays there doesn't like winning baseball games at this point, but it's a great place to take in a ball game if you're from out of town. Maybe catch your old hometown team in town. Obviously, Empower Field at Mile High Stadium is a great venue. Obviously, they use that for the Broncos, and there's outdoor lacrosse teams that kind of filter through there. Also a great venue for those superstar concerts in the summer months. And then Ball Arena, formerly known as the Pepsi Center, is on the newer side for the Nuggets and Avalanche and the great sports teams that we have there. So all in all, Denver is a great place to be. The 5 things you need to know before moving here is just the entertainment, the weather, the altitude is something definitely to take in. The cost of living is always important. And if you're coming, bring your exercise equipment and weights and get fit with the rest of the town. So thanks for tuning in today. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and we'll be happy to continue to bring you great content, both on the real estate market and our wonderful city and state, Denver, Colorado. Have a good one. Bye-bye.